A blessed day mga kaibigan. Ako po si Tech Shider. Welcome po sa aking YouTube channel. Isinalaysay ng ating mahal na Inang Reynang Helen ang kanyang mga paraan o taktika kung paano niya natuklasan ang mga leader sa pagklamar sa oil and gas sa Ligwasan Marsh at maghasik ng kaguluhan sa Mindanao. Ang mga taong ito ay pinangalanan. Walang iba kundi ang mga dating presidente na claimants na sina Fidel Ramos at Gloria Arroyo. Ginawa ang lahat ng mga claimants para matakpan ang katotohanan, hanggang dukturin nila ang dokumento ng Carpenter Agreement. Ang ating mahal na Inang Reynang Helen ay nagsakripisyo para ipaglaban ang ating kalayaan sa pagkaalipin ng kahirapan na idinulot ng sakim na mga politikong claimants. Dahil sa kanilang pagklamar sa Saba, pagklamar sa Holy Asset, at oil and gas sa Mindanao, na pagmamay-ari ng imperyo ng Lupusag.
This is Queen Helen Abdurajak, Elizabeth III. Game of Thrones. We are now in our Season 1, Episode 8. This is a wonderful day wherein I do not anymore give the time, the date, because the flowing messages coming from the brain of the Queen and this crusade for the game of the throne that had been contested being made by the claimants to the throne. As I've laid down from the time that I have reunited with Rhadaa, officially sealed by the legitimacy of the union. And with that, I was able to test the claimants, especially the government of the Republic of the Philippines. I did not use my marriage passport. Instead, I utilized my single passport for me to check, validate who are the key players in the economic sabotage in the claim over the oil field of Ligwasan Marsh, and who are the culprit in putting Mindanao in the land of bandit. Helen Panolino faced the ordeal, the mockery of all the claimants, Sultan. But because I am armored with that unwavering faith, I am not backing off to anything the blood of the claimants been putting out into the tri-media. I have all of them recorded. And they knew that if they will not come back and ask, then the law will be after them. Why? Because they didn't know that I am confirmed, validated, and legitimized before even I was born. That's why the Code of 999 is the one that had been surfacing, because that is the combat between the 666. You have seen how Helen defended the kingdom of God, of Allah. You never thought that I would be able to have a head-to-head collision. Even the laws, the political laws, the human laws that needed to be rectified. Comes 10-10-10, when I was able to let Raja sit into power as the Sultan of Sulu in North Borneo. That is the code of 10-10-10. And as I have read the documents, the documentary programs that I have, as written in the book, you have seen that it is the blood of the Raja Sulaiman, putting validation to all the royalties of the world. And it is cast in the hands of Queen to check, recheck, vouch, and revalidate each family, clan that are directly under the family tree of the royal empire of Lupasu. The code of 10-10-10 is already a significant moment wherein I was able to defend the right as heir and successor of Raja Mamay. Why? Because the enchanted were there in Takrung City. How the thunderstorm supported me. How the entire global earth, when I put it in Yahoo and sent it to all over the globe. It is part of the book that even the Wikipedia tried to amend their program, their publicity, because the grandson coming from Lungan Gito, Parang Sulu, the true Kiram, the true Aljam from Indanan Sulu. If I have to continue day by day, you will see the truth coming out into the very mouth of the Queen of Truth and Justice. It is a day-by-day struggle, facing all the mockery and humiliation. Because they have money. I am poor. Raja is poor because the luxury of the funding from Muhammad Fuad Abdullah Kiram, who is being funded by Malaysia, is already being shared by the brother Al-Nas bin Abdul Ghaffar. How evil the brother was up to now. When the supporters of Kuya Raja keep on sending at least support for the survival of the Raja, of the Sultan, they cut it up. And it is the same mechanism of all the supporter of the BARM, of the Claimants Sultan. They have been crawling all my support group, distort the mind, and present their Xerox copy of banking instrument of the support of the government, that the true one is Al-Nas bin Abdul Ghaffar. And that the 5 federation of the Sultanate, the claimants ARMM, no other than Ramos himself and Gloria herself. As I read the conspiracy assigned by W. Bush and Gloria, is that kind of blood from Brunei would do such? Madame Gloria sold her rights to Sultan Hassanal. didn't realize that it could be unearthed, uncovered, all this conspiracy, bribery, blackmail that they had been doing from the day of the Mapalindo 1963. They did not honor. They tried to doctor, to spit, to adulterate the agreement to suit their claim. That is how the claim of Sultan Amil Bangsa, who became a congressman, supported by the Philippine government, by Ramos. That's why they have manipulated even the Carpenter Agreement in the United States. But Queen tried to be in one corner, dissecting everything that had blocked the Sultanate of Sulu in North Borneo, true heirs and successor. It is my job, because I was the one who was sent to school in the premise that I would defend the kingdom. I know right from the start that I will be facing the severe ordeal of this mission. Yes, I kept on running away. Not to be the wife of any sultan that Ama Ali keep on telling me to find the grandson. To find the grandson. But it was my belief that I am the woman, and it is not favorable to my standing and as an ex-Dominican to be finding the man. I really cried so hard for that, and I told Ama Ali, if I am really chosen, then let your grandson come to Manila. Oh, I was in South Korea doing my job. I was laughing at him when he told me, please go home. You have something to do. I was obstinate, defying the old man. And his choice was to put a disease process on me. But even so, I defy. My knowledge and abilities in the nursing that I have to survive, even to face death, for not obeying him. So I have to sacrifice the big needle just to extract the blood in my artery, because I don't want to accept the mandate of the forefathers. I have my doctors to prove that. When I was already at the edge of really defying Ama Ali, I have done a terrible blockaging, not for me to be reached by them, but they are powerful, that I cannot breathe anymore. So I have to come home from Seoul to Manila. From there, I found out that Kuya Rhadaa is already there, as sent. Can you say no when they are the one putting your life in every day-to-day existence? That is Queen Helen now. You have to see clearly that our lives, if we allow them to be within us, we will never go astray. So all the claimants All those people that have brought Rajamamay, when they found out that I've become the apple of the eye, they didn't know that the grandfather already asked me to be with Raja because I was already married in 2000 when I was still in Saudi Arabia. But even so, in 1996, the Lemurian were rather revealing that I must do something. Still, the human in me overruled because I want to help Mindanao with my salary that I know I can save more for them. The code of 10-10-10. After my research process in Sabah, down to Borneo, down to Sandakan, Tawau, all of this, wherein I met even the Sultan that had been really with Gloria Arroyo, Sultan Kasimuddin Jamalul Alam Kiram III, who is the one that supported Professor Normi Swari and this barn. But however, they are in tandem with the brother of Rajamamay. And they have deceived other people, proclaiming that Ama Ali is not true. So look the scenario of conspiracy. After they have embraced each other as brothers, after tracing the history that they came from one, from Taif, Saudi Arabia, from the Arab Malay. And here comes, because of the support of the government, because of the insinuation, the persistent distortion of the office of the Malacanang in the name of peace process, they have made Ama Ali as the faker. That when the time I made my appeal with the former chief minister of Sabah, a family at that, but since they are in conspiracy with the family of Raja in the Alam side of Tuan Muda Gulam Hasan, and these are the blood that really hammered me in the Facebook, and they are in the government. They are working in the government because that is the favorable incentives being given by the Sabah government for those that they knew are the true heirs. They presented themselves. However, the claimant heirs and successors, they belong to that. That's why the government of Sabah pampered them by luggage after luggage of Malaysian ringgit, of which these people also are trying to get from the poor people. How? By arresting the non-document Filipinos, or blood of Tausug, blood of Visayan, blood from Simunul, and the blood from Palawan. Once they are arrested, they have to pay lump sum of money, and yet they are already born, had been in Sabah for almost 20 years. And this is the greatest business, the highest business of the claimant sultan in conspiracy with the government of Sabah. That's why they could operate in Sulu, creating war and chaos, the violence. I was able to face one, the programmer, the implementer of the bombing. You know what they say? Small-scale bombing is 50,000 ringgit. A bigger one with how many people dead? 100,000. But if they want so much impact, they can pay as much as 1 million ringgit. And that is already more than enough to let me see how they are making Sulu in the border of Sabah as their haven to project to the world that that is the land of the most evil persons or family in the whole world. Families that had been victims, but families that had been cuddled, used. They have really enjoyed the business. They have enjoyed the smuggling. They have enjoyed the trafficking because there is an accessibility in the local government, especially at the side of the Eastern Command. Even the kidnap for ransom is the business that they have. Now it is coming into the open. When I already declared into the whole world that Rhadaa Mama is the Sultan of Sulu and North Brunei, that was the start. That the government of the Philippines sending emissaries to me. And now you can still say to me that I am known to them? Wrong. They knew me, but they distort the truth so that their claims will be the one to be followed. And these packagers, I am knowing now of who they are. As I read yesterday, my 1 year and 6 months, from the international monitoring team that the peace process been doing, sending all of those people from different regions of Malaysia and Indonesia to present they are the Arabs, the OIC. They have recreated the Organization of Islamic Conference in Indonesia to present to the ground that they are being funded. And yet it is funded by Malaysian government and the Indonesian government. This is the severest crime of conspiracy. So, Rhadaa Mama and I were brutally humiliated in Kota Kinabalu after they have declared that we are the fakers, they are the true ones. But they got defeated when I got the Malaysian identity card of Rhadaa Mama. Because I really hammered Rhadaa. I said, when it comes to legitimacy, you have to produce back to me your identity card. It was a battle with the family of Rhadaa because they had been enjoying already their stay in Sabah in conjunction with their claims as the true ones, as supported by the High Court. But they didn't know that right from the documentations that I have in Hong Kong, it was simple, but that is already the start of the paper trail of letting the Queen Mother, we are alive. But I know that in October 10, 2010, I know that Queen Mama has already realized because, as I told you, the mystical side of me in support of my godfather, the enchanted I call him Ninong Kambal, Godfather twin, which is the twin of Ama Pandala Pasandalan, whose wife is the first cousin of the twin, the tornado, Ina Pindalidayan, Siti Amina in Sulu. With this, I am comfortable fighting the whole world. Because first and foremost, I got validated by the enchanted of Liguasan Mars after I set foot again in Liguasan Mars in July 2010. Just imagine. Imagine how it is to be doing, as I reminisce, as I recall the difficulties that I have experienced in finding the truth in the defense of the kingdom and the recovery of the law of sovereignty and ownership. Can you blame me for not shedding the light or for shedding the light? The truth will set you free, as I am the bearer of truth and justice. As the Queen of Freedom, I am bounded to that mandate to free you all from the bondage of poverty and from the claws of the politician that controlled, that enslaved you because of this claim of Sabah, because of this claim of the global asset that belongs to the Lupasug Empire. Go back to this mystical transformation that we have. On that day, when Raja Mamay was installed, proclaimed as the Sultan, physically, he was dead. But because Ama Pandala was there and my godfather, Angel Gabriel, I know that he would be returned back to life. That is the first time that Raja Mamay has experienced death. You know, after which I have seen the uncle, Sultan Jamalul Kiram, second Sultan Sahibul Gari Abdurajak of Maimbong Sulu, also known as Sultan Sahibul Ray Permancha of Brunei, the father of Raja Saleha, the first wife of Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah, was there when Raja Umamay was proclaimed as the Sultan of Sulu in North Brunei. I have seen, and some of my companions can attest to that. That is how Queen moves. There is always that confirmation from the divinity, from the enchanted, from the incant spirit, from the land of the fairies, from the land of the fairies. Now tell me again, crazy? Because you are the one that is crazy, because you didn't even know of who you are, of what you are. You are just confined on what the media fixated you, on what the media is feeding you. I know right from the start that I am blessed. I am being guided by them. So from there, on October 10, 2010, with the presence of my mother, Siti Mariam, Mama Mary in the Christian, Princess Nazaria of Basilan, Maria Makiling in all the mountains, the holy lands of the Limoyans. I wrote the Queen of England, as well as King Abdullah, as well as Pope Benedict. Can you thereby say that whoever seated there knows who is Queen? Because I have seen from the small plate that I have put the letters that my godfather brought it immediately as it evaporated from the thin air. That is Queen. Request. That is how I am doing. So mind you, all of you that had kept my documents, all of you that just changed my documents, all of you that had adulterated my documents, surely you will feel now the curse of that documents. As I have recalled, even Malacanang been blocking everything because the claimants has been living with all the comfort that they need because they are rest assured they are being protected by the law of the Philippines. Laws can be overruled by the law of the sovereignty. In this crusade that I had been working from the ground, from the small people, from the family, to the clan, to the community, to the barangay, and to the municipalities, to the region, to the national, and to the global setup. I have not given you my abilities and talents. I go level by level because I know that this is the era wherein, whether you like it or not, you are bounded to obey the rule of law of the royal family under the mandate of the divinity. So where are you going to go? Government, military? There are checks coming around, being patronized by the claimants that they could release the money. Congratulations. As I told you, there are secrets that are not known to your level. But I could also guarantee you that you cannot release anything without passing through the door of the royalty. Claimants versus the heir and successor. You have been bringing a lot of documents to the different countries. You have been bringing a lot of instrument to withdraw. Traveler's check from different Governments, what? They themselves has no money. Why? Even the rich are suffering right now. Because who can produce the printing of the money? There is always a law in everything that you do. But Queen just smiling at you right now. Because how the claimant morally attack me and mock me, belittled me. Oh, just imagine. But now they are seeing my eyes. And my eyes speaks the truth. They can be talking a lot of malicious things in the Facebook, but are they allowed? Loss will be after them. There are limits. There are things that they should be guarded of. The limitations, the boundaries. Do not ever try to overstep and become above the law. Because the political law, the military law, all the human laws are governed by the law of the sovereignty. All of you congressmen, congresswomen, senators, cabinet members, all officials of the armed forces of the Philippines, try to see now. This Series 8 will blow your mind because you have been following orders that are against your will, but because of your drive to survive and to feed your family, you are obeying even the killing. The killers are just at the tip of your nose, and they are using the loss of the land to cover them up, to protect them. That is political mandate. Precisely, I was telling the office of the president, enough is enough. You have abused that power. But since 1986, you have no more authority. Precisely, you have been putting killings, all the attacks in Mindanao, targeting the ISIS, and where the ISIS, also your program, as stipulated, written in the conspiracy. It is a physical truth that all of this are just being made by the office of the president in conspiracy with all the officers of the head of states in the entire global earth. It's not anymore. I have made my mission and I am born in Takurung. I know the game. I entered the game of throne myself so that I could be the winner in all these things. Why do you think the Malacanang records section block all my coordinations? It is because the claimants are well supported by the packagers, by the programmers. So any one of them that need a job, even the one recording, even the Xerox copier, even the telephone operator are all under the protectorate of the claimants sitting inside Malacanang. For those that would like to be in power, they have to get the clearance from the Sultan programmer. That's why I have suffered more than enough. Because all sides are blocked. Even the one that cannot read and write are instructed not to let the queen pass through. And that is the security guard. But you didn't know that queen makes my way out. I was able to capture all of you because I am inside your game. Now, pagmamay is the genuine, legitimate, as I traveled in all the countries of the world. It is the queen's pronouncement, proclamation, the veracity, and the vouching that made this mission solid and legitimate. And that is why I have the ability, the capacity as the queen to reinstate the real president, Ferdinand Idrelin Marcos Sr., aka Rogelio Madrid Abran. I am reminding now all of those that say that you have the Marcos number 1, that you have the Marcoses in your palm, bring them out now, because once the time has come, you are all liable for misrepresentation, for conspiracy, and for identity theft. Stealing the identity is the highest crime in the court of the sovereignty. Because it's the same manner that you have done to Pagmamay, to me, by stealing my own identity for your own saga to claim that you are the queen and the king. Likely I could tell you, as I speak again in this series, imagine how the enchanted, gloriously celebrating that day, wherein Pagmamay returned back to life. And so many deaths came, but Queen stood by his side to be purified, because that is my responsibility, my obligation to protect the king. It is a reversal. In the past, it's the king who protects the queen. But in my era, I am protecting each one of you. I am the one in command, in the safety and security of all the members of the royalty, not only in Mindanao, not only in Sulu, not only in Sabah, Sarawak, Kalimantan, Bulungan, but throughout the land of our forefathers, and that is now the global earth, below the earth and the highest heaven that is under the dominion of God, of Allah. I call for the attention of all the religious order. Time will come that you will see that you have to make your choice. Yes, there is freedom to choose, but for the sake of your community, of your religious order, adhere now to my call. See the truth beyond in this mission, and you will find the future of your congregation, of your family, of the institutions that you are with. I am not destroying anything, but I am trying to tell you, redirect, rehabilitate, restore whatever it is being handed to you by Him who sent me. I am here as a reminder that we have been astray because of the moral spiritual inculcations that had been away from the primary teachings of the church of which we believe in. Islam, Christian, Buddhist, Hindus, all the faiths of the world, there is only one God. And this is the main reason that I come out bringing the grandson of Islam, of Tunku Abdurrahman Putria Al-Hajj, of the forefathers from Prophet Muhammad. I had been to Makkah, I had been to Medina, I had been to where I am needed most. But there is no difference between you and me. It is just that we need to harmonize one another. Claimants, if you continue under the mandate of the President's office, I am saying right now, you lose and you will be in trouble. Because the 5 years grace period has expired. From there, you double up in trying to reclaim your rights and privileges as a claimant, utilizing the stolen documents as administered by Federico Musahari, alias Aloha. I am asking you now, Tun Mahathir Muhammad, make a decision before it is too late. You are waiting for something that you yourself will go into self-destruction. And to you, elder that I have longed to see, I know that you are listening right now. You had been claiming, which the world cannot release to you, because the true signatory is still alive. Mistakes upon mistakes, errors upon errors, yet you continue hanging on because you thought you can maneuver the queen. You can use the queen at your own privilege. But nonetheless, the queen is equipped with the knowledge that no one can control, because the one inside me is the one powering even my emotion. You have failed. You have failed the services that needed by humanity because of your greed for power and money, because of your intensification of that claim, and that had led the whole world into chaos and violence. Stop now. Recognize the fact. Recognize the point of your defeat, because Satan has overstepped the power of God, of Allah. And in the same manner, you are doing so, playing gods, committing crimes, protected by the powerful politicians and military, not knowing that one day they will be incarcerated in the four walls of no return. As I speak to you right now, you can see the difference of the queen that had thrived in the mountains and valleys of Mindanao. I had been there with you. You have cried with me. You have miscalculated the move of the queen. You could have already made the greatest impact in your service to the poor, but you failed. Why? Because you jumped from one claimants to the other, from one pretenders to the throne, from one bringing a documents that they are the Bldg, they are from King Solomon, they are from the Sultan, the wonder boy, the wonder girl, the wonder of all the wonders. No wonder they cannot get what they are wondering for. That is the most misleading tactic of Siroy. You believe all of those people because you thought through them, this is what the government is doing. They allowed all these things. In fact, they are the vanguard of truth and justice. There is a law into it. But they are tolerating that so that the truth will not come out, so that they can conceal the true heirs and successors by letting these people maneuver the lies in the pseudonym that they have. Better tell lies than to be caught. That is what they are. This episode 8 will make your mind blow. Because right there from there, it's Queen's move. In the chess game, Queen will always fight to win. I was raised up to find the truth. And it's not easy for me to be traveling. Many are asking me why I have so many debts. I have lost my savings. I have lost my gold, my jewelries, in trying to find the truth. I have so many debts, but you people accuse me for just getting money. May the good Lord bless you. May the good heavens give you the blessing for distorting the truth. That is why all of you are just living in limbo. No actuality of life. Always looking for something that you cannot hold on. Be practical. That's why I was instructed, one of my people, continue the livelihood. Do the proper way of making a local business while waiting for the bigger capital. How to do it? That's why I asked Sultan Kelly, okay, whatever your catch there, if you have so many fishes already, then bring it to the Sultanate of Rajaboyan. They will sell it for you, and you have rice, you have many things in return for that. That is bartering. You are there inside. Sultan Kelly, please adhere to my voice. The young Ruby, Sultan Pokan. Please buy their products. That is how we will continue surviving for now, because the claimants are living in comfort at our expense, but the world is already laughing to them. Their 14.9 billion is at stake in Malaysia, and even the camp of Sampa will be given that notice of absolute authority. And that is how the Sultan of Sulu works in the most legitimate pattern so that justice can be achieved. October 10, 2010. And in this, you can see, without proclaiming installing the Sultan Sulu, I cannot have the basis for the blood compact. The blood compact was signed in October 20, 2010. So these are the vital documents that the claimants brought to Malaysia, presenting they are the ones who did it. Wow. Terrible. Terrible. Imagine how they have stolen the movement that we have at the expense of the paying scheme, the pay-up of Malaysia. Still didn't know that this will be the same documents that will hammer them and put them to jail for stealing and for plagiarism, and for them to be called the claimants trying to misrepresent the true Sultan of Sulu, the true Sultan of Maguindanao. That is the tandem of the Sultanate of Maguindanao, Ama Pandala Pasandalan, and Ama Ali, in the significant unification, the consolidation of all the armed groups fighting for Mindanao, particularly the oil field of Ligwasan Mars. It was done. It was given to the highest post. Brother Danny was able to let Justice Marvic Leonen, by then the professor, the head of UP College of Law. There is documents to let you see that Queen had given you the avenue to see the light of truth. It was signed by all the members of the clan of Pendaton, of course, all the claimants in participation to put peace, order, and for massive development of the oil field. From there, we have the left documents. The entire Mindanao is belonging to the Sultanate of Mindanao. Maguindanao is Mindanao. And according to Pentagon files, Ama Pandala Pasandalan is the Sultan of Maguindanao, the first cousin of the Sultan of Brunei, of Sulu and North Borneo, sa Bldg Abdurajak, Jamalul Kiram II. Ama Ali is the other side, the Jamalul Kiram II, yet holding the title of Sultan Muhammad Ismail Ikiram. Just see how this movement being put into writing and being given to process the legitimacy of it. What happened then? The piece of land, the 4 to 6 hectares, in combination of the blood compact. Ninong Gabriel, Angel Gabriel, got it back because it was instructed not to fall to an evil hands. And whoever used that will suffer the crime of the divinity handed unto you. Because that was the start of the Calvary of the true heirs and successor when they finally use the blood compact and the land of Ligwas and Mars. Give it to Malaysia. And Najib sponsored the process. How they have already made the money flow in Mindanao, paying all the groups to go against me, to go against Rhadaa. That's how they are. After we went to Sulu, presenting the true Sultan, the heir, in June 1, 2010. Just imagine, all of this are with dates. How they have really made the program stop, block, put everything, the money they have, to maintain their claims. And they reach up to Sampa Madrid court. We will see if they can release it. You packagers, you people could have talked to me a long time ago, but what have you done? You tried to maneuver everything. You tried to let me see that I am only at your palm and I am just your client, as per documents that I have seen. I am just your client. I am not a queen to you. I am just your client, and thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Because now you will see that I am not a client. I am the queen. I have done a lot of things, but I never bragged that. But I was able to stop the killings in Ligwasan, stop the killings in Lambayong, in President Quirino, in Katico, wherein Christian against Muslim because of the payment scheme of the packager, of the programmer, to steer war and chaos, to have violence, for them to get money from Malaysia, from their OIC in Indonesia, from Libya, from wherever, that they could get a donation from the Islamic world. That's how evil the packagers are. That's why I was able to battle before even the international monitoring team. You had been making us the bandit of the whole world, the most deprived people, because you want us to be your slave forever. But you people who are making a lot of comments, go to Mindanao. Now, the ladies in Mindanao, I asked already my people, you don't know whom you have battled with, whom you have attacked. This is not anymore Helen. This is now the highest level of mission. You will see that day by day, you will see the magnitude of this mission, that all of you will suffer. Your family will know that you are contributory in blocking the truth. If I were you now, come to the office of the Maflindo. Have yourself clear. Because the divine law is implemented. And you were saying that I have to pass through Malacanang. I have been there, going there all the time. All my coordinations are there, but because of the claimants. Remember, Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. is with Sultan Muhammad Fuad Abdullah Kiram. And they are branded as terrorists in Malaysia. Yet, when they see each other, they embrace one another. Because that is the Game of Thrones. And the Game of Thrones will continue day by day. So that you will know who is the winner of the throne. The blood compact, the piece of land of the Raja Sulaiman, made the group of Raja Sulaiman Peacekeeping Group, Special Security Forces, the RAF. And that is the one that Queen had been doing when there is necessity to defend the lives of the poor. Mindanaoans, all the armies, all those that had been there. After that, I have discovered that all the armed groups had been the payroll of the OPAP. I was so hurt and dismayed because they pay the enemy, the so-called enemy, yet they are funding into it. It's just like Jabida massacre. It's just like all the massacres that they have. It's like the Ampatuan massacres. All of them are funded. All of them are programmed. And this will be tackled. And all of this under the guise of peace and order. The irony of war and peace. Utilizing the power and authority of the claimants, Sultan of Sulu, and claimants of Maguindanao, of Radjaboyan, of Lanao. That is the Islamic nation that I have put out, Islamic State, rather. It is not anymore what you say, I will do it in my way. But we do it on God's way. Before they keep on insisting that I am not worthy as the queen, to the point that they are making Rajamamay find the queen the need, an Islam at that. Oh boy, they want an Islam or they just want a carnal queen. They thought it's just like that because of their little mind that they have. They want to destroy the union, the sacred union for the salvation of the humanity. As I told you, I am the protector of Rajamamay. Before you will make a move, Queen had seen you already. That is the gift of the Queen. The intuition is very strong, but you can never see. You will not know, because I am the keeper of lies and the keeper of truth, equated together so that I could give you justice. That is how the movement of God, of Allah in me, to be able to let you see that every day is a process of revelation. And you will find that all of those participating group in support of the claimants will be unraveled, will be uncovered, so that justice will be served. Bangsamoro basic law, wherein all of these religious are part of it. I have documents of it. I have their signature in it. But where are you now? Can you still protect Liguasan with the barm? No, you cannot. You play the games of throne, then we will see the next time. I'm sure one day, at least you will see, more names will be coming out. And here you go. My parting blessing to you. Go inwardly. Find the light of truth. Find the heart of the divinity in you, so that you can lead a good life and be an example to your family. Good afternoon.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsubaybay. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagmamahal at pagsuporta sa ating mahal na Haring Rajamamay. At sa mahal na Inang Reynang Helen Abdurajak Elizabeth III. Please like the video to support, at inyong i-share sa inyong social media communities. At kindly subscribe kung kayo po ay bago sa aking YouTube channel. God bless.